Welcome back. Thank you for staying with CNN News 18. We are getting a breaking input. Amid attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh, India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri lands in Bangladesh. During the visit, Foreign Secretary will hold comprehensive discussion with his Bangladeshi counterpart Mohammad Jassim Uddin and also meet Mohammad Tawheed Hussain, the country's de facto foreign ministry, at about 2:30 p.m. today. Now, he's also expected to meet Chief Advisor Mohammad Yunus at 4:30 p.m. I'm now joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on this broadcast. Siddhant, take us through the agenda of a Foreign Secretary who has just now landed in Bangladesh. Are we expecting a one-on-one session with Mohammad Yunus as well?
Well, that's right, Sharon. We are getting the first image of Foreign Secretary landing in Dhaka. In fact, he has been received by Israt Jahan, Director General of South Asia Wing, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh. We could also see Pranay Verma, Indian High Commissioner, currently serving in Dhaka in that photograph. We have been told that the Foreign Office consultations will commence at around 10:30 a.m., after which the Foreign Secretary will also call on the Foreign Advisor of Bangladesh, Tawheed Hussain. And in fact, late in the evening, he is likely to call on the Chief Advisor of Bangladesh, Mohammad Yunus. Perhaps the first high-profile diplomatic outreach by the government of India since the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. There are a lot of things to be discussed with Bangladesh, Sharon, but perhaps the attacks on Hindus and the minorities in Bangladesh is likely to dominate the agenda. Other than that, there are various other concerns also which would be addressed, which would be taken up by both sides. And Sharon, let's not forget that that Bangladesh and India are not only the neighbors, but Bangladesh is the largest development partner of India also today. In fact, when Hasina was the Prime Minister, India has extended 4 lines of credits to Bangladesh in last 8 years, amounting to around $8 billion for development of infrastructure in various sectors, including roads, railways, shipping, and ports. And in fact, in addition to LOCs, the government of India has also been providing grant assistance to Bangladesh for infrastructure projects, construction of Akhora-Agartala rail link, dredging of island and waterways in Bangladesh, and construction of India-Bangladesh friendship pipeline. So there are many projects which were already completed during Hasina's regime. There are many projects which are still underway. Perhaps there would be a review which we could expect could take place when the foreign secretaries of both countries will sit down for the Foreign Office consultations. The assistance would also be one domain which would be discussed: energy, border security. All these issues are likely to come up. This particular meeting is significant because it's happening at a time when the bilateral relations between two countries have nosedived, especially after the arrest of Chinmoy Das Prabhu. There was a statement which India released, after which there was a counter statement which came from Bangladesh. Perhaps Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the first world leaders to talk about the attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh. And now you see, Sharon, from UK Parliament to Canadian Parliament, all across the world, it's being discussed. So that would definitely dominate the agenda. But at the same time, there are other issues and since India and Bangladesh have multifaceted relationships, so those issues will also be coming up for the discussion.
Also, Siddhant, we are seeing that leading to this day, there has in fact been multiple attacks on minorities, specifically Hindus. Of course, the ISKCON temple is another issue that could in fact be taken up. Do you think that this remains to be the priority of the Foreign Secretary who has now landed in Bangladesh?
Absolutely. As I said before, that the attacks on Hindus will be dominating the agenda because India would be conveying its concern about what's happening in Bangladesh, from the arrest of Chinmoy Das Prabhu, also the attacks that are taking place on Hindus, and those incidents are well documented. So India would be raising that concern. Then the security is also one concern by the government of India, because there has been an anxiety given what's happening between Bangladesh and Pakistan. There were the ships which which came from Pakistan to Bangladesh. In fact, a week back, which happened for the first time. Then there is a less level of security review now required, or perhaps no level of security review required for the travelers to travel from Pakistan to Bangladesh, which was not the case when Hasina was the Prime Minister. So as far as the security domain is concerned, there are concerns of the government of India, which would also be taken up. And yes, the most important one are the development projects. Sharon, the trade is still flowing from both sides. Bangladesh is India's largest trading partner in Asia, and India is Bangladesh's second largest trading partner in Asia. So how to make sure that the trade flows smoothly? What more can be done to enhance the bilateral relationship? That would also be discussed. And perhaps since it's the first meeting with the Yunus government at the highest level, the Foreign Secretary has gone to meet the government. So we could also expect that there would be kind of a, when both foreign secretaries will sit, they would rather navigate or perhaps decide how to take the relationship forward. Because in these times, it's very important to have a roadmap, because you know, India had a good understanding with Sheikh Hasina's government. Now, whenever there is a new government which takes place, which takes power in any country, you know, it requires a proper navigation on the roadmap to take the relationship forward. So that, you know, the roadmap for that, the framework for that, more or less would be decided today.
All right. Thank you, Siddhant, for getting us all those details. We'll keep coming back to you now that Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri has in fact landed in Bangladesh, and he has in fact a series of meetings in Bangladesh today.